Hello everyone, welcome back for a new series I call Can You Handle Patience on the Roads of FSX? So here we are, we're in front of I-84 in Brigham City, Utah. If you'll notice, the airfield that I spawned in is just over there, and we're in front of I-84 here. As we drive today, I might tell you some history of I-84. Well, I don't know much history about I-84. I only know one thing, so. Anyway, let's get on the highway. So let's pretend we're merging on, and pretend that we're just on an on-ramp, and the traffic's high, and then we have to merge in with the traffic. This is the first time I've done this on my channel, so this is going to be a really interesting trip. So, here we are, started on our trip down I-84. Can you handle the monotony of just driving down an empty road? Just drive down it. What's the worst that could happen? Now, even though we have wings outstretched on this Ultralight, we're going to act as if we are driving and the wings don't exist. The wings will be going through the cars, but the body of the aircraft will not be. So we have to move in because, as you'll notice, all the sparks coming out, that's just the fact that we're riding, and we're scraping along. So, let's see what we can learn from ourselves as we hop down this road. Oh, whoa, what was that? What's that to my left? To my right. Whoa. Come on, man. So we're just driving through a desert, so you can see mountains are over there, as we just continue down the I-84 now. Here's the really weird thing about I-84 in presence. There's another segment of I-84 in this country, besides where we are right now. And it's not even in the West, it's not in the Midwest, it's not in the South, it's not in the Southwest, it's not in the Mid-Atlantic. Where is it, you're probably thinking? And I'll tell you that it technically is in the Mid-Atlantic. And it's a spur of I-84. And it goes from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania to, I believe it's Sturbridge, Massachusetts. And that's just pretty much your spur. If I-84 is just pretty much the way you go if you want to get if you're on I-90 from Boston or anywhere on I-90, and you just have to head down to the city, New York City. They'll just call it the city over here because it's pretty much the only city. For example, if you live in Utah, you probably call Salt Lake City the city, even though it's not necessarily. So if you're going to notice, as I click on this map, on this GPS, you're going to notice that the Great Salt Lake borders just down there. And yes, that just appeared, okay? Yeah, I know, that's a safety hazard, we can't see, so. A nice afternoon through the Utah lands will be good. Now remember, this game was created in 2006, meaning that the vehicles that are generated are vehicles you'd see in 2006. There was no built-in GPSs inside. There were no built-in GPSs in car dashboards. There was no being able to call someone from inside your car. There was none of that. You basically just had a car, and you just drove. And if you had to call someone, you either had to pull over. Imagine that. We're driving faster than the car in the left lane. Technically, this is technically the shoulder. This is technically supposed to be a shoulder here, but we're acting as if it's another lane, a third lane. So we're just gonna call that very left lane the middle lane, even though technically that's the left lane. There is no middle lane. Yeah, so I-84, it goes all the way down to Salt Lake City. And I think it goes north all the way into Idaho, and I think even into Montana. It goes through some of that. You see what I mean? We're technically driving on land, so I'll just drive here. Everything will be good. Tailgating alert between that red and gray car that we just drove by. So this is a little bit awkward considering we're driving an Ultralight, but you know what? It's the only game where we can drive anywhere in the country, so that's anywhere in the world. You can't drive on I-84, and even American long haul, I don't think you can drive on I-84. You can only drive on I-15 and I-80. And this car was just happy enough to go through me. Oh, whoa. I think we just need to pick up the pace a little bit. Oh my, this is nice. We're crossing through clouds right now. This is just amazing. Look at the fog. We're just driving through mist right now. It's just so cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can test your patience. If you can watch this video the whole way through, comment below. And if you're watching it the whole way through, you're listening right now. So yeah, if you're watching the whole way through, please leave a comment that you watched it the whole way through, and I will give you your comment a like. I promise. And I'll probably forget about the like, so while you're watching this, please make sure that you remember to remind me to like your comment, because I'm still gonna forget with all the other videos I have to worry about. But you know, just a nice little drive. Oh no, this does not seem very promising. It looks like never mind, the road curves. Okay, thank heavens. I thought the road was just gonna go straight through that build of houses and that we were just gonna be doomed, but apparently not. Now passing an oil truck. Oh no! Oh, woohoo! The pickup just disappeared. It just disappears. LOL. We're at such a high altitude. I mean, Salt Lake City is about 2,000, 3,000 feet above sea level, and then some of the mountains can go to about 12 or 13,000 feet above sea level. First of all, to give you an idea about what that's talking about, so let me just give you a little backstory before I tell you. So in aviation, there's a rule called you cannot go faster than this speed below this altitude. I never followed that rule when I did my FSX flight from Boston to New York. But in reality, you are not supposed to go faster than about 270 miles an hour until you go higher than 10,000 feet above sea level. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good land that we're going through. It's gonna involve... Oh no, we just went airborne. This is not good. This is so not good. We just left the highway. Help, we're airborne. Alright, here's how to do it. Cut the throttle, and then land straight in the median. This will always work. Just cut the throttle and land in the median. And then make sure to stop the aircraft, because you could get a nice break. And a nice view of a mountain like this. So look at this nice mountain here. It goes up here, you can see the mist, you can see the pickups moving. But enough said, we must keep it moving. So we need to get out of the median and back on the road. And plus, most of these cars are cars that you'd normally see in Europe. You could even tell because just look at that license plate. Okay, I hope you saw that license plate because now you don't get to see it anymore. What happened was that it was a long rectangle, which meant that it's from Europe. We have smaller but wider rectangle license plates in the US. Look at that really old pickup just driving through, minding their own business. When bam, we crash into them. No, just kidding. We're not gonna try to do any vehicular homicides throughout this episode. That would just be not cool. I know, we have a huge bar in the way. The only reason why I have this view is because we have a miles per hour indicator right there. So for example, if we were driving in the middle of the Nevada desert, you can go through there at 80 miles an hour. So as you've heard from American Truck Simulator, you can go through it pretty fast. So why shouldn't you be able to drive that fast through here? Now, here's the thing. The plane can't go more than 75 miles an hour before the engines just totally blow. Look at this interesting station wagon that's gonna disappear. Abracadabra! I should do that next time. Abracadabra! And that'll just make it disappear. I will perform a magician trick. Alright, no magician tricks for now. We're just cruising through. But just look at how flat this land is. Just look at how flat it is. And we are headed south. So don't tell me we're headed north. We're headed south. We have a compass rose right here. Actually, it's not technically called a compass rose because a compass rose is on a map. It's just called a compass. We're getting closer to the Ogden area and the Salt Lake City metropolitan zone. And in the northeast, you'll find yourself getting really close to cars. So the lane, because in New York City, you're lucky if you find a 3-lane highway, but the highway is just so thin, which means you're having lanes that are so small that you could be this close to a vehicle. And when I mean that close, I do not mean smashing into a vehicle. I just meant, for example, maybe I can show you an example of a car that's gonna appear now. Alright, so notice here that we have a car. Obviously we have a car. As soon as we get to another car, I'm gonna... So we are approaching Ogden, but we haven't been driving for more than 10 minutes. We haven't been driving for much more than 10 minutes, so... we still have a while to go. But this is the real life of someone that drives, and especially a truck driver. Truck drivers, you know, some truck drivers might have to do this drive once a week. And this is literally the speed they go. They probably don't go faster than 65. For example, let me try to see if I can... Right now we're going slower than the traffic, so we should probably go in the right lane. But since the cars are mapped out to be set with traffic, so you see what I mean? SUVs will just drive straight through you. That must be because there's a speed limit change or something. Alright, well, they changed. So let me just show you how close vehicles get, if you can tell. Never mind, let me get in this lane and show you. Why do cars keep abracadabra disappearing? Traffic's moving too fast. Let me show you how close to this orange van you'll get. But that's what I hate, that you don't get, that if you're on a turn. As you remember from my... Oh, this might be a good chance. Let me go into the shoulder. Let me just show you how close you'll feel like you're getting. This is how close you'll be getting. Abracadabra, disappear! So cheesy. Now we're driving behind this bobtail truck. Hold on, let me see if I can do it now. Let's see if I can get close enough to them. I'm gonna have to go through the truck, but there's no other way. Look how close I am to that wheel. Look how close I am to this guy right here to my right. That's how close you get. Oh, whoa! Vehicle just appeared in my face. Triggered. Anyway. Stop laughing. It's not that funny. Triggered is really serious. It means that you get annoyed. Alright, enough about that. Whoa, we're zooming past these cars. We must be getting closer to metropolitan areas. We are getting close to here, but where is SLC? Oh, shoot. Snap. Really far. We could probably make it and even end this episode at a more decent time. We can get rid of that. We don't need it. We only need this bit. So yeah. Anyway, let's talk about something interesting. The flight sim world. You can just totally tell that we're just traveling through some really bad afternoon fog right now. I want to speed it up so badly, but I don't want to speed it up because then it could be hard to navigate once we get around a curve or something like that. I could just time-lapse the whole video anyway. I could just time-lapse the whole video and put it on YouTube. Anyway, if you want a time-lapsed version, which I'm gonna give it to you because time-lapse version could just be awesome. Vehicles need to start appearing in the right... Whoa! Vehicles are just slamming on their brakes and then speeding up. It makes no sense. And then they just start speeding up. It's like real drivers. Real drivers do this too. Whoa! And then we just smash straight through because the yoke's reaction time to the rudder's reaction time is just real slow. Oh, we're just going through some real fog patterns there. And the roads are getting busier. Good. We love when roads get busier. That means we're approaching a city. Maybe I can get around vehicles in this lane. That's just not smart enough. We have to go in this lane. See, that car in front of us, it looks like a Range Rover. Okay, you just missed Mr. Range Rover. But that was technically an American car. The one in front of us now is a European license plate. Oh no, not a bridge. This is not good when we get to a bridge. Let me see. We need to get over this bridge. Technically, we're on 84/15 right now. We're not on just 84. This is technically not 84. This is technically 15, but you know what? It's also 84. Alright, we're gonna get a chance to hit the ground soon, so we're taking that chance. And we're approaching. Come on, farther down. Did we touch down? Yeah, we touched down. Now we've got friction just applied and just slowing down the aircraft so that we're not zooming down this road. There's another Range Rover, the one we just overtook. Now we have to go on our brakes because I don't want to swerve off the highway. So just applying major brakes will work. And then I have to just push down on the joystick. So, whoa, this car just appeared in front of me. So did this truck. Look, we got full throttle going on here, but I just keep having to brake because we're going around bends, and I have to keep pushing down because, and then we've got cars going straight through us, and we're tailgating some of them. It's just complete mayhem on the road. And they have to generate this in case people are traveling down this bit in real life. Pretty much the equivalent of driving this down a road, this aircraft, is just the equivalent of taking a smart car. So let me tell you a little bit about I-15. So I hope you know where I-15 goes. It goes from San Diego, California to, don't even ask me. I know it goes to Salt Lake City, that's all I know. Shoot, that's a huge hill. Jeez. We also need to lower the throttle so that we can get a good landing in on this strip of land. Hold on, whoa. We're only going 45, this is not good. But it's so hilly. We've got cars going through us. We've got me pushing and pulling on the on the joystick. It's just complete chaos on the road. Did I just see a control tower? Let me pause and see if we just saw a control tower to our right. Let me just see. Whoa, we just zipped right by him. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. We just ended up on the opposite side of the highway. Mr. Truck, please let me over. We made a complete mistake doing that. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. This is like choosing between... So pretty much what it's doing here is it's dividing the roads. I forget what this is, though. I believe this must be 215, and this must be I-15 or something like that. I don't know which one is which. So we're just going to go along with it. This cannot be 15 because it just completely goes in the opposite direction. I just have to keep going south along with where I-15 should go. It looks like they're merging back anyway, so we shouldn't have even worried. They're not merging. This is not good. Where do we go? Well, oh no. Yeah, I believe that I-15 should still go southbound. But I don't think this is southbound. Let's just travel a little bit down this road. We can always switch direction after a little bit of being on this road. Yeah, this thing is going south, but it's turning. So let me just see what this road is. Maybe I can comprehend. Is this I-80? This can't be. We'll know as soon as we start going through mountains if it's I-80. It can't be. This has to be some trick. Nah, this is just probably some Utah State road. Let's get off of it and start headed toward downtown. Yeah, we're totally not headed toward downtown. So, we just gotta give it what we got and just merge on. Alright, so we just merged on. Let me see, we just need to go back. Yeah, that over there, that's what I saw. That looks like a control tower, and it probably is. So yeah, oh no airborne for us. Merging around. Oh shoot, shoot, snap. This is a fence. For an airport. Meaning we gotta merge back in. This is just a lot of road here. We must have not gotten to the junction. Here's what we're gonna probably have to do. I don't know what just happened. We're headed away from the city, I can tell. I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened. Oh no! Oh no. Let me just take care of this, and I'll just be right back with you. Nearly 15 minutes later, I have got ourselves in downtown Salt Lake City on Interstate 80, eastbound, toward the city. So, I-80, I hope you know, is a route. It goes from the US 101 bit down in San Francisco all the way to Teaneck, New Jersey. Technically also close to Fort Lee. But, jokes aside, we must get back to 15 before I'm going to have it a goal to get back to 15 by the end of the episode. To where we left off. Maybe not to Ogden, but at least to the downtown area where I-15 meets. And then we can technically end the episode. So, let me re-land the aircraft. Oh, by the way, this is a belt route, I-215. I'm going to actually take that. So let's take the I-215. So this is I-215 through downtown Salt Lake City. Consider this the tour of Salt Lake City that I didn't give you in July. Just think about it. I told you that I would give you a tour of Dubai or Salt Lake City, and I chose Dubai. So, now you're getting your tour of Salt Lake City via the I-15, which is a belt route. It is the belt route of Salt Lake City. As you can see, we are kind of in the merging stage, so we need to find the right lane. We need to find as you should probably say, the correct lane to drive down. As we drive through a thinly packed highway. At least the highways are wider than New York. You're lucky if you're driving on the Cross Bronx. That highway's wide in New York. Or pretty much I set the winds to a mere southeast. So technically we were just flying with the wind, but it looked like we weren't. Now we need to get back on the highway and be serious about this as we travel through the I-215 corridor. Now, guess what there is through the I-215 corridor. So, as you'll see on my GPS, this is an approach pattern for Salt Lake City International. Now here's the really big twister. Here, this is a real big twister. That's a junction between I-15. Now actually this is not I-15 because this is 215, so actually now I am confused. So, pause, because you know that's what the best thing it is for, is to pause it and check the in-map. So, it seems to me as if this is an east to west road, meaning this could not possibly be it. It's okay to defy the laws of physics on this road and just, when cars are coming in, they can just drive straight through you and you just have to say, sure, just go through me. Because they go through other AI vehicles. I mean, you've seen my aerial views of highways and roads because they can't consider the thought of highway over highway, which is pretty much the same ideology that they use for real highways in the world, or even in the country. This is just basically where the highway goes. It just goes south, and then after like 6 minutes, it just curves. What I wish is that the car wheels would turn, but obviously that would just cause more lag for the game if the car wheels turned. So you could just pretty much be lucky that they didn't add that in. Now there aren't this many trucks in real life driving on the I-215. You'll get trucks. Don't worry, you'll get trucks. There is a part where in all belt routes, there's just this huge left curve, and it just totally messes you up. You gotta be ready for that left curve. Oh shoot, we just went past the lane shift. Did you just see the pickup and the Range Rover just shift lanes? There's also, I think, an O'Reilly Auto Parts down this bit of road. Because I've been down this bit of road in real life. I live nowhere near it. I've still driven down this bit of road in real life. So that's how come I know. And looking at a map doesn't necessarily benefit to not knowing the road either. So, I'm just waiting for the road to just swerve to the left and just totally surprise all of us. Also because I'd just like to end the episode. I don't want it to be too long of an episode today. I just want it to be a quick, hey, this is a new series I'm thinking of doing. However, you have to be agile with the joystick, otherwise you could be crashing into a slope. Because if you're not pulling up when you're going up a hill, or pushing down when you're going down a hill, you're pretty much stuck. The sad thing is that this driving does not really benefit to real life driving. This is not real life driving. This is so that you can... Whoa! There's a huge vehicle here that I can't apparently see. Never mind. It's just this puny little car here. I don't even know why I was scared. Once we get to the junction and about a mile up I-15, I think it's suffice to say that we can end the episode after that. So I-215, what's its purpose? To take you around to where people live. Now we're underneath a truck. I can't see. Okay, I can finally see now, because we're out of that truck. Oh, this is where the highway just completely turns. I think I have driven on highways in FSX in an Ultralight. You're probably thinking, why do you use an Ultralight? Well, first of all, it's the smallest plane. It's the easiest to fly. It goes. It can go highway speeds. Highway speeds is the Ultralight's top speed. Now this is the left turn I was talking about. 60, 70, and 80 miles an hour is the top speed of the Ultralight. It is Cessna, you could go about 130 miles an hour. Or 150 miles an hour. It's just insane. The Ultralight's the best tool for the job. And especially since in an Ultralight, just take a look at the Ultralight. You just saw my wing go into the window of that truck, but that's just what happens. We're not focusing on wing touching, we're focusing on not touching with the... So you can see, it's literally just an outside plane. There's no cabin. It's like a convertible. It's just a plane. It's like a convertible plane. Technically it is. Just look at those beautiful mountains. I'm just waiting for a junction between 15 and 215, which we're on the I-215 right now. I'm still waiting for the I-15, which should be coming up. It's not a nightmare drive, since we're going eastbound right now. Whoa! We just went under a bus. Don't throw people under the bus. Please, do not throw people under the bus. That's not cool. Well, it is, technically. Nowadays, in schools, it would technically be considered cool to throw someone under the bus. These days, they call it roasting. Or that's just technically when you just reapply. Yeah, I think that's just the way they do it. Oh, this is the junction. This is the junction. Oh, no. Well, I know what traffic we have to follow. The traffic going this way. Then we have to follow the traffic. Oh, shoot. Oh, we're dead meat. We are so dead meat. Merging on with I-15. Do not want to hit a house in the process of merging. So we'll travel a bit up I-15 and then we'll end the episode. I-15 is just pretty much with I-80 this bit, so might just be a bit of confusion, but I think we're safe now. I mean, we got no road signs to tell us where to go. I just pretty much have to remember which direction each highway goes in. So 215 goes east and west, and Interstate 15 goes north and south, which is why it's just so easy to tell. Alright, so it's time to pull in for the day. So let me head into this view and see where we can pull off. We can just pull off right here. I think we just ran over someone's pool just there. Alright. Let's turn off our engines. What else can we turn off? That's fully off, right? We can also turn off our radio. We can turn off our GPS. Cannot. That's a shame. We obviously can't use that because we just turned off the radio. So that's good. So I'm going to do something called Timelapsed, which you probably have heard of. You've probably definitely heard of it. And it's going to be of the road. So let's click on the Alt key to bring up this menu and bring up a simulation rate of 4 times to end this episode. Alright, so that's a successful end to this episode of interesting travels on the I-84, I-15, I-215, and a short trip on the I-80. This is now currently a time lapse of the I-15, I-80 corridor that goes through Salt Lake City. I'm not sure if this is exactly the I-80 and the I-15 corridor. I don't have the phone map with me, so I don't know if this is the I-80 corridor with I-15 or not, but this is definitely I-15 that we're watching just whiz by right now. Let's just have about 10 seconds of silence. I'm not going to count it so you can enjoy. Alright, I guess you're tired already of watching that. You're probably getting dizzy. Don't worry, because now it's just going to look different, and I wish you could get rid of that bit, but you can't. So, that's the end of this episode. I will see you on Wednesday for another episode of something. So I'll see you then.